It is easy to feel small when you are trying to get a straight answer from a government department. You're often met with a massive, shifting maze of paperwork and procedures that seem designed to keep you out. But the Right to Information Act, passed in 2005, functions as a legal tool to force that system open. It grants you the right to access records that the state would otherwise keep behind closed doors. To use this tool, you only need 3 things: proof of Indian citizenship, your contact information, and a 10 rupee payment. For those with a below-poverty line certificate, even that small fee is waived. Our goal is to move past simple inquiries. We are going to draft a specific, legally binding application, then submit it through the central portal, and secure a tracking number that the government is forced to recognize. By learning to structure this request correctly, you stop asking for favors from a clerk. You are now invoking a specific legal obligation the state has toward its citizens. Every government department in the country, from the local panchayat to the highest central ministries, is subject to this law. But you have to know where to aim. A successful RTI requires a shift in how you think. The law gives you access to physical, existing records, not opinions, advice, or explanations for why things aren't working. If you ask, "Why is my passport delayed?" you're asking for an opinion, and the state can ignore you. If you request a certified copy of the file noting for this application, you are requesting a record, which they are legally bound to provide. The person inside the machine responsible for answering you is the Public Information Officer, or PIO. Every public authority is required by law to designate one. Your very first task is identifying the jurisdiction. You need to determine if the document you want is held by a state authority, like land records or local police, or a central one, like the railways or the income tax department. If you can't find the specific PIO's name, you can address your request generically to the department's office. Under Section 6.3, the official who receives it is legally required to transfer it to the correct desk within 5 days. By naming a PIO and demanding specific documents, you move the interaction out of the realm of office politics and into a formal legal process that is much harder for the bureaucracy to ignore. Now we build the draft. It should be concise, under 2 pages, with a 10-word subject line and 1 specific document requested per numbered paragraph. To ensure your request isn't discarded, we will add 2 insurance clauses. These are pre-written legal statements that block common rejection tactics. The first clause cites Section 6.2 of the Act. It states that an applicant is not required to give any reason for requesting the information. This prevents the PIO from questioning your motives or asking how you plan to use the data. The second clause addresses Section 7.9. By stating you are willing to inspect the records in person, you neutralize the most common excuse for rejection, that the request is too voluminous or would take too much effort to photocopy. Your final draft should be stripped of all emotional language, personal grievances, or accusations. It must read like a cold, technical request for paperwork. These clauses do not prevent the government from using valid legal exemptions to withhold specific files. However, they do remove the common procedural loopholes used to stall your request or reject it without a proper review. For central government matters, you'll use the RTI online portal. It is the fastest delivery method, but it has strict technical limits that can cause an application to fail before it's even read. The text box on the site is capped at 3,000 characters and cannot handle most special characters. Trying to paste a complex draft directly into this field often results in an error. The workaround is simple. Write a 1-sentence note in the text box stating that your request is attached below. Then use the Supporting Document feature to upload your full draft as a PDF. Warning tone: check your file name. If there are any blank spaces in the PDF title, the portal's code will often reject it. Use an underscore instead of a space to ensure the server accepts the file. Crucially, do not upload your Aadhaar or PAN card. The only identification the portal legally expects as an attachment is a BPL certificate for those seeking a fee waiver. Surviving these technical requirements ensures that your draft actually reaches the PIO, moving your request from a digital queue to a physical desk. The final step is payment. Click Make Payment and clear the 10 rupee fee using UPI or a card. If the submission is successful, the portal will immediately display a unique registration number. You'll also receive this via SMS. If the number doesn't appear immediately, do not pay again. It can take up to 48 hours for bank reconciliation to trigger the registration. If nothing happens after 2 days, email the help desk with your transaction details. Once you have that number, the clock is running. The PIO is now on a 30-day legal deadline to either provide the documents or give you a valid legal reason for rejection. This registration number is your proof of service. It places your request on a formal timeline and requires the department to respond to you under the full weight of the law.